Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spring 2019, the online version of macroeconomics. I'll be the one talking you through the course. My name is Ash Morgan. I'm in the Department of Economics, and the purpose of this first little video is just to kind of walk you through the course setup as it appears on As You Learn and kind of what will be expected of you as you make your way through the course this semester. And so you can start off with the course outline. My details are given there. You can come and see me in Peacock Hall if you need to, room 3094. My email address is there too if you want to shoot me an email. A lot of people on the online course just shoot emails and with questions or any issues that might come up. I mean, honestly, the rest of this stuff is just kind of yours to look through, talk about a very basic overview of what the course is going to provide and its objectives. So again, just take a few minutes to look through that. And so in terms of participation, what's expected of you, you're expected to log in for every piece of material. Basically, I kind of set it up on a Tuesday, Thursday schedule, but you have all day on both of those days to kind of view the appropriate video, and also take the quiz if there is one, or an exam if there is one. I'll talk about that in a second. The textbook I use is Macroeconomics, kind of makes sense. McConnell, Brew, and Flynn, and should be available for you in the bookstore as a rental. And so I follow that fairly closely. I throw in my own stuff, but that's the textbook I follow the closest. In terms of your grade, the way that works is in terms of the exams are worth 75% of your total overall score. And so obviously the most important component. I'll give you 4 exams, 3 are midterms, one's a cumulative final, but I'll pick your best 3. And so you have the opportunity, essentially, not to take the final if you are, happy with how you've done on the 3 midterms. But then you also have the opportunity to use this final as a safety net. Perhaps you know that one of the 3 midterms you didn't do as well as you were hoping. And so you can take the final, and if you can beat that midterm score, the final will replace that score and then potentially boost up your grade. And so each exam is worth 25 percentage points. And again, you have the opportunity to take 4. I'll drop your lowest one, so 3 will count. So those 3 25s give you a total of 75 percentage points towards your total of the possible 100. Little note here, the little bullet that I don't give makeups. It's kind of weird on an online course anyway, but you have an opportunity to take the final or any exam on that particular day. And if for some reason you can't do that, then you're going to have to just drop that one, and that will be a 0. But again, you can take the other 3 and then have the chance to make up those points. The quizzes, you essentially get 1 quiz for every piece of material. And so there are 14 topics. So you get 14 quizzes. Again, I will drop the lowest one. So you will have 13 quizzes that count. Your total quiz score could be 25 percentage points. So essentially, right, each quiz is worth about 2 points. So individually, the quizzes aren't worth that much, but collectively, obviously, they add up, and you don't want to start missing them. You can get away with missing 1, and the reason I let you drop 1 is often what comes up is being an online course. You might leave it late to take the quiz and the internet goes down, the power goes out or something, you can't get it in on time. And then you'll send me an email, and you'll tell me this story, and I'll tell you, well, that's why I let you drop one, okay? So the purpose of letting you drop one is to give you this kind of chance to miss one for whatever reason, and then not have that count against you. If you start missing more than one, then it's going to start eating into your total points. The purpose of the quiz really is just to kind of you view the material and then take the quiz the same day just to see how you're doing. And it's really for you. Let's say you do very well in the quiz, then clearly that demonstrates that you've kind of handled that piece of material. If you don't do so well in the quiz, then you might want to go back, and the beauty of the online course is you can go back and review the video again. You can watch it as many times as you want. Or, of course, go to the book and take a look there, or come and see me. But that's the point of the quiz, is to kind of give you the chance to see how you're doing on that piece of material. So if I go back to the As You Learn site, then it's all set up right waiting for you. Okay, so here we are on day one. In day one, you have the intro. And so if I click on that, then there it is sitting waiting for you. There are a couple of videos just to talk about really microeconomic issues. It's a review of micro and some graphing, just some things that might be useful when we move into the macro course. So again, that's sitting waiting for you. And there's the associated quiz. So if I click on the quiz, I can't get into it yet because it hasn't opened. Well, I can get into it, but I don't want to. But you see it's sitting there, and it's ready on Thursday, January the 17th. So the first Thursday of the new semester. You'll see you have between 8 a.m. and quarter to midnight. So I give you almost the whole day. And that's because, just some people like to get up in the morning and do it, and some people prefer to wait to the evening. So whatever type you are, then you have the opportunity, again, to view that video on the intro and then take that quiz on the same day. And so that's how it really looks for the whole course. If you scroll down, you'll just see that each topic, there's a video and there's a quiz. The only time that isn't true, if I scroll down a bit here, is for particularly big topics. And so, for example, if you look here, what we call the aggregate expenditures model, which is something we'll get into, after a few weeks, it's a pretty big chapter. So what I've done is I've split it into 2 videos. And so when you view the first one, you don't actually have to take a quiz. You don't take the quiz on aggregate expenditures until you've viewed the second video. And the same is true of the aggregate demand, aggregate supply model. Again, I split that topic, and you take the quiz once you've viewed the second one. The exams are here too. So there's the first exam. So if I click that, you can see it's sitting there waiting. That will be taken on Thursday, February the 7th. Again, you have that same window of between 8 a.m. and quarter to midnight. You can see there the exams, I give you an hour and 10 minutes. So it is constrained. Obviously, it's open book. You're anywhere. And so it's constrained to 70 minutes. You're going to get about 40 multiple choice questions. So the multiple choice questions will be similar to what you've seen in the quizzes. Again, another reason why you want to take some time and look at those quizzes. I should have mentioned that the quizzes, I give you 2 hours to do each quiz, which is way more time than you need. So anytime during that day, you can click on the quiz and take it, just like you can on exam day with the exam. The quiz, I give you a maximum of 2 hours to take it. It's usually a 10 or 15 minute exercise. The exam, you get 70 minutes. Okay, and that's true of all the quizzes and all 4 exams. And so that's really it for the setup. If you just keep scrolling down, you keep seeing each piece of material and each exam. Eventually get to the very end where you get a chance to take the 3rd midterm. and then also the opportunity to take a final comprehensive exam. And so the dates are here. You can go here and just go down and look at the calendar. And so you bring the calendar up. There's January, and it's showing you, again, the 17th, quiz 1 will open, and also quiz 1 will close. So as you see, you go through every Tuesday and Thursday, or pretty much most Tuesday and Thursdays, and when you're expected to get in, log in, view the video, and take the quiz. There will be some gaps, again, for those topics that are a bit bigger. Also, this is spring break week, so nothing there. So essentially the course is sitting there waiting for you to get into it. If I go back to the course outline, the grading scale is there. So you can know by the time you have the opportunity to take the final, you can figure out what your grade will be if you don't take the final. Let's say you're sitting at a B+, and so you're happy with that, then you don't have to take the final. If you think you can do better, then you take the final and try, and maybe that can boost that up to an A-. All the topics are listed here. The topic and the student learning objectives. The delivery method is always the same. It's always a streamed video, and the assessment is always the same. It's always a quiz. But if you look at these, it just shows you for each topic kind of ahead of time what's going to be expected of you. So the second topic is a review of demand and supply from your micro days, and you're expected, having viewed that video, to have a grasp of the law of demand, the law of supply, factors shifting demand, supply curves, things like that. So again, this is for you just to take some time to look at this, and you'll see here the third topic is when we first, for us, get into macroeconomics. So this is just what's expected of you for each topic. So keep going down. Really, finally, you don't really even need this because it's already set up on the As You Learn site, but the dates of each piece of material are listed. So again, the intro, like this, what we're looking at now, is for January the 15th. And then on Thursday, the 17th, is when you look at the first piece of material that you're going to be quizzed on, the intro. And so if you go down, it shows you when each piece of material should be viewed and when you should take each exam. Towards the bottom, I give you a bit of extra time, an extra class. So I give you always a review class. You see here review slides, for example, for the second exam, March the 14th. For the third exam and the final, I give you an extra class to review if you need it. And then really finally, the quiz due dates are shown. Again, you don't really need to see that because as long as you're keeping tabs with the As You Learn site, then you should be able to follow that and without really referring to this. And again, the rest of this is just for you to kind of take a look at. I mentioned I don't do makeup exams, and I don't give extra credit. So everyone gets the same chance to get 100 points, and nobody gets an extra chance to earn some more points. And if you need if you go back to the grading scale, if you need a B, or you want a B, then you have to get an 84, 83.5 is not 84. So just give it your best shot, and we'll see what happens. So that's really it. That's the intro. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what it looks like, what's expected of you. Spend some time going through the site just to see how it looks and how it's set up, and that'll just help you, before we really get into it. Again, any questions or anything, you can stop by the office, send an email, however you want to do it. Okay, I'll catch up with you soon with the first piece of material with the intro.